Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me on this session here today. We're going to be talking about how you can use Smartsheet to master multi-step processes. So in the presentation today, you might hear some forward-looking statements, and some of the trademark symbols that you see are not meant to be endorsements. So just wanted to call out a couple of legal disclaimers before we get started here. Again, welcome to this session. And my name is Rashmi Shekhar. I'm a senior product manager here at Smartsheet. Today, we're going to be talking about forms and dynamic view. So these are both Smartsheet capabilities that will allow users to manage multi-step processes with ease and in a really intuitive way. So my team and I are really focused on the process management aspect of it. We've all been there where you want to do like this really little thing, but you have tens of different steps that you have to follow, and you end up chasing down different people or different resources because you don't have the right information available to you at the right point in time. So that's exactly what we're here to solve today. We'll be going through forms and dynamic view, like I mentioned. So we'll quickly do an overview to begin with, followed by a quick product demo. And finally, you'll also, right throughout the session, our team is available. So our chat portal is open. If you have any questions, just feel free to ping us and we'll be happy to help you out. So with that, let's actually jump into forms and conditional logic. So one of the most important parts of a process, as you probably have already experienced, is the part where you actually intake data and store the information. Forms is a really simple tool that will allow you to gather this information in a really consistent and structured manner. So that'll actually make it not only easier for the people that are filling it out, but it also makes it really straightforward to use for the people that are consuming it at the other end. There's really a ton of different uses that you can have for forms. You can use it across different functions, different verticals. Some of the common ones that we've seen include, when you're managing a help desk process, the ability to actually collect all the information from the people that are submitting a request. So it could be an IT ticket or a facilities request, like my desk is too cold. We are all super familiar with that one. So just the ability to collect all the information around that problem in a consistent way. We've also seen recently, forms can be really helpful in collecting information from your employees related to COVID, as well as also field employees. For those of you that have that, forms is really helpful because we do have it on mobile as well. If they're remote and they're trying to input information from the field, we think forms is really something that would be super helpful for that. I did want to call out one specific feature within forms, which is conditional logic. This actually makes it even easier for both the end users as well as the person collecting the information. It allows the creator of the form to actually provide some logic rules based on which different fields become required or even visible to the person that's filling out the form. So for instance, let's say you said you had a dependent, then you then have to fill out 3 or 5 other fields that are related to that dependent, which otherwise you wouldn't really see. So you'll see that in this way, forms is just a really simple tool, but it's super powerful in helping you collect information and really maintain all of it in a single place. We'll be looking at how this works a little bit more as we jump into the demo section that's coming up next. Next up is dynamic view. So dynamic view is another Smartsheet add-on capability. This one is actually more focused towards the multi-step process aspect of the process lifecycle. Typically, we've seen with processes, you have multiple team members that are performing slightly different functions as they're kind of working on that deliverable. And you'll see that different people will need different pieces of information to do their work, and everybody having access to everything just leads to a lot of noise, and it makes it difficult to actually focus on the thing that needs to get done. So that's exactly what dynamic view is here to solve. So it allows different stakeholders to have their own unique and customized views of the same data source. So you're not having multiple sources of truth. But at the same time, every different type of stakeholder has their own view. They have only access to the fields that they need to have. And so not only is it eliminating noise, but it's also adding this layer of data security by not providing access to fields that you don't need access to. So that's really sort of the use and benefit of dynamic view. Similar to forms, dynamic view is also super versatile in terms of the different use cases that it's available for and that it can be used for. Vendor and contract management is a good one. I'll actually be talking more about that once we switch into the demo section for this. But another example would be, a performance review process where you have multiple stakeholders involved. Similarly, creative services ticketing, where you have the person that's submitting the ticket, somebody that's managing the actual work, and then the team that's producing the work. So each of these different stakeholders could have their own views within dynamic view. So we'll look at that a little bit more in this demo section that's just coming up. So like I mentioned, for this demo, we'll be focusing on the vendor and RFP, that's the request for proposal management process. And for the purposes of this demo, we've actually simplified this process quite a bit. So I'll just walk through sort of the flow that I'll be showing in the demo. And then we'll jump into the demo section where we'll look at both how forms as well as dynamic view work, and then how they work together to help in this particular scenario, the program team manage their request for proposal process. So if you can look at the second from the bottom swim lane here, the program team is really where we want to focus today. So let's say we had a program team that's responsible for gathering certain industrial parts from a bunch of vendors. So what they're doing is they've received the requirements for it from their management, and they've sent out a request for proposals to n number of vendors. These vendors have received the proposals, they've submitted their proposals. The program team goes back and reviews it. And then once they've picked the one they like, they send it off to their manager for approval. And once the manager has approved it, the vendor is notified, and the vendors can actually go in at any point and check in on the status of their proposals. So we're looking at three different personas here. So the program lead who does the approval, the program team that's doing the actual work of sending out the RFP and then receiving it and then reviewing it and submitting their recommendation to the approver, and the actual vendors themselves who are just sort of submitting their proposals in and waiting for a response. Now we'll switch over to the demo part and look at how each of these steps in the process can be managed very easily through dynamic view and forms. This is an example here of what a vendor would see. So this is an example of a form. I'm going to start filling it out so you can see that there are a few different fields that the program team has requested each vendor to fill out. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling out vendor name. I'm just going to put in Green Corp. Product type, I'm going to pick packaging robot. And then you'll notice that because I picked packaging robot as the product type, now I have to fill in this additional field called packaging robot type. That's really your conditional logic in action here. This is based on certain answers that I'm providing. It's making other fields that are required to be filled out by me. So the advantage of this is, as the person that's created the form, it really allows you to make sure that the right pieces of information have been filled out by the people that you're expecting these inputs from. So I'm going to go ahead and complete this form here. So X and Y, fill in material cost, labor cost, delivery date. You'll see that through forms, you're also able to attach images. So it could be a PDF or any other file that essentially you could drag and drop to attach it here. I'm going to go ahead and submit. So this is the process that the different vendors have followed in this example to submit their RFPs. Next, we're going to jump into dynamic view to look at what the program team would actually see once different vendors have submitted their proposals. So I'm just going to go ahead and refresh here. So you'll see that there is a number of different vendors, Green Corp, Blue Corp, Red Corp, et cetera, who've submitted proposals for different types of products. So as the program team, these are the different fields that I am able to see in order to do the processing. So I have a summary where I can see the vendor name, review status, product type, the costs involved, as well as the delivery date. And if I click into one of them, actually, let's click into one that's not reviewed, I can actually see more details about about this particular proposal. You'll see that not all of the fields are actually editable by me. Because I'm now part of the program team, any information that's been submitted by the vendor is now grayed out or is read-only. So I can only consume this information. I can't actually change any of the quotes or information that the vendor sent in as part of the proposal. What I do have ability to change is the review status and any notes that I want to take, and the ability to send this off to my manager for approval if I feel like this is the this is the proposal that we want to move forward with. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the next step of that process, where I'm going to go and change the status to under review and write some notes. This looks to me, please approve. And I'm going to send this off to manager for approval. So now let's look into what the actual manager's view would look like. Before we switch over, I just want to highlight here that make note of the different fields that are actually visible to the program team. And when we switch over to the manager's view, you'll see that they'll see a slightly different summary view. Let me refresh here. So you'll see that there's this new line item that just came in for an approval. And this is based on the request that we just put in as somebody from the program team. So you'll see that for the manager, in order for them to be able to approve, they have a different set of fields, very similar, but slightly different set of fields that they want to have immediately available at their disposal to make a decision whether or not to approve something. So you'll see that the internal review notes and review status are now shown right here in the summary view. So as the actual manager or the approver, I can really quickly glance through all of the information. Okay, it looks like this particular one, my team said it looks good, so I'm going to go ahead and approve it. So I'm going to go and switch the status to approved and save. And you'll notice that that particular request is no longer part of my queue as an approver since I just approved it. The next thing we'll look at is the actual vendor's point of view. So any vendor, in this case, I'm the vendor Green Corp, but any vendor at any point in time after they've submitted their proposal can come into dynamic view and be able to track the status of their different proposals that they've submitted. So I can see that as Green Corp, I have submitted a bunch of different proposals. Some of them are under review, some are approved, some are declined. Again, the different fields that are available to me are slightly different compared to what the actual program team and the program manager who's approving the request is able to see. If I look into the details panel, you'll see that, again, even as a vendor, since I've already submitted the proposal, all of the other fields have been blocked off, but only the point of contact and additional details fields are available to me. I also have the ability to comment or add attachments as needed to communicate with the program team through this process. So in summary, what we went through just now was the process in which you had multiple different stakeholders taking part in a process of submitting an RFP, reviewing it, getting it approved, and then relaying the results back to the vendors that submitted the proposal. So we looked at how forms and conditional logic specifically within forms can be really helpful in helping collect information in a consistent way, store all of that information in a single source, and then use dynamic view on top of that in order to have different stakeholders within this process have slightly different views, or they could even be completely different views, really depending on what your process is and how many fields you have, what type of fields you have and such. And certain fields of information that shouldn't be available to others aren't available. You'll also notice that when I go into the vendor view as Green Corp, I don't actually have the ability to see what Blue Corp or Red Corp or any other vendor has submitted. Whereas if I go into the actual program team view, they can see what every vendor has submitted, basically. So the real advantage here of dynamic view is the ability to segregate the information and only make the information available at any point in time that's necessary for the person that's viewing it to be able to manage. So that was a really quick and dirty and quick and fast overview of both forms and dynamic view. Hopefully that helped you all learn a little bit about it and understand the benefits of it. We have a number of resources that are available should you want to dive deeper into this. We have an intermediate learning track for forms that you can access through our Learning Center. And we also have an Engaged Brain Boost that's available for more information on Dynamic View, so that you can access that from the Learning Center here as well. So I'll leave these resources with you. And again, if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to anyone on our team. That's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.